What if Hitler won the war? Or what if the internet was never invented? Today, we're diving into the wild world of what ifs in history. These are the moments that could have drastically changed the course of our world. Ready to get your mind blown? Let's jump right in. At first, just imagine the Library of Alexandria, a beacon of ancient knowledge, never burning down. What if those priceless scrolls and texts had survived? This vast repository held works by great thinkers like Euclid, Archimedes, and Hypatia. The preservation of such knowledge could have accelerated scientific and technological progress. Imagine discovering the secrets of the universe centuries earlier, or the Industrial Revolution happening far sooner. Medical advancements could have saved countless lives, with ancient wisdom guiding early medical practices. Cultural exchanges and philosophical ideas would have flourished, leading to a more interconnected and advanced world. The Library of Alexandria's survival could have changed the course of history. Next up, let's explore what might have happened if Napoleon had won the Battle of Waterloo. In this alternate history, Napoleon's victory at Waterloo in 1815 could have solidified his control over Europe. With the Allies defeated, Napoleon might have re-established the French Empire's dominance, potentially leading to a prolonged era of French rule over Europe. European politics would have drastically changed, with French influence extending even further. Monarchies across the continent might have fallen, replaced by governments loyal to Napoleon. Napoleon's progressive reforms in law, education, and infrastructure could have accelerated Europe's industrialization and modernization. Globally, French colonial expansion might have increased, altering the balance of power in places like Africa and the Americas. While it's impossible to know for sure, a Napoleonic victory at Waterloo could have reshaped our world in countless ways. Speaking of battles, just imagine if the South had won the Civil War. Imagine a Confederate victory. The United States would be divided into two nations, the Union and the Confederacy. Politically, the Confederacy might have expanded westward, leading to ongoing conflicts over new territories. The North's industrial economy would clash with the South's agrarian system, potentially stalling technological and economic progress. Socially, slavery could have persisted in the South, delaying civil rights advancements for decades. Globally, a weakened and divided America might have altered the outcomes of future conflicts like World Wars I and II. The repercussions of a Confederate victory would have reshaped not just America, but the entire world. What do you think would have happened? Next, what if Hitler had been accepted into art school? In 1907, a young Adolf Hitler applied to the Academy of Fine Arts, Vienna, and was rejected. Imagine if he had been accepted. Instead of pursuing a political path, Hitler might have immersed himself in the world of art, focusing on painting and possibly becoming a notable figure in the art community. Without his rise to power, the Nazi Party might never have gained traction, potentially averting World War II and the Holocaust. The geopolitical landscape of the 20th century would have been vastly different, with millions of lives spared and countless cultural and technological advancements proceeding uninterrupted by the war. Next, now imagine if the Black Death hadn't occurred. In the mid-1300s, the Black Death wiped out nearly half of Europe's population. Without this catastrophic event, the course of history would be drastically different. Europe's population would have continued to grow rapidly, leading to overcrowded cities and intensified competition for resources. Feudalism might have persisted longer, as the labor shortage caused by the plague significantly weakened this system and empowered the working class. The Renaissance, sparked in part by the societal upheaval post-plague, might have been delayed, altering the timeline of scientific and artistic advancements. The Black Death reshaped Europe's social, economic, and cultural landscapes. Without it, our world today could be vastly different. Next up, what if Gandhi hadn't led India to independence? Without Gandhi's non-violent movement, the struggle for freedom might have turned more violent, leading to prolonged conflict and bloodshed. Other leaders like Subhas Chandra Bose or Bhagat Singh could have taken the forefront, possibly advocating for armed rebellion against British rule. India's path to independence could have been messier, potentially resulting in fragmented states instead of a unified nation. Internationally, the nonviolent movement inspired global civil rights leaders. Without Gandhi, movements like those led by Martin Luther King Jr. might have taken a different turn. Economically, a delayed or disrupted independence could have slowed India's growth, altering its position as a rising global power today. Gandhi's role was crucial in shaping modern India and the world. His absence would have left an unfillable void in the history of peaceful resistance. Now, let's imagine a world where the internet was never invented. How different would our lives be? First, communication would revert to landlines, letters, and face-to-face meetings. No emails, social media, or instant messaging. Information sharing would slow down dramatically. Research would rely on books and physical libraries, deliveries, while businesses would depend on paper records. Online shopping wouldn't exist. We'd all be heading to physical stores for our purchases, using cash or checks instead of digital payments. Entertainment would shift back to traditional media like TV, radio, and print. Streaming services and online gaming, not a thing. Remote work and virtual collaboration would be nearly impossible. Most jobs would require physical presence, affecting work-life balance. The internet revolutionized our world, making it more connected and efficient. Without it, we'd live in a slower, more isolated reality. Now, what if the moon landing had been faked? In the height of the Cold War, the moon landing was a symbol of American triumph over the Soviet Union. But what if it never really happened? Imagine a covert operation where NASA, with Hollywood's help, staged the entire event on a secret film set. The public, none the wiser, would still celebrate. National pride would soar, but the scientific community might be divided, questioning every space achievement. Decades later, if the truth surfaced, it would shatter trust in institutions, fuel conspiracy theories, and rewrite history. So what do you think? Could the moon landing have been faked, or is it just a wild conspiracy? Next, imagine if Julius Caesar hadn't been assassinated in 44 BC. Without his death, Caesar could have continued his reforms, strengthening the Roman Republic and potentially delaying the rise of the Roman Empire. His military prowess might have led to further conquests, expanding Rome's territories even more. Social and economic reforms could have stabilized Rome, reducing the internal conflicts that plagued the Republic. Augustus, his heir, may have never risen to power, altering the course of the Roman Empire and its future leadership. The ripple effects would be felt throughout history, impacting the development of Western civilization as we know it. At last, what if Christopher Columbus hadn't discovered America? Without Columbus, other explorers like John Cabot or Amerigo Vespucci might have taken the spotlight, leading to different European nations dominating early American exploration. Indigenous cultures in the Americas could have developed longer without European interference, possibly altering the course of their civilizations and history. The Columbian Exchange, which transformed diets and economies worldwide, would have been delayed, changing the agricultural and ecological landscapes we know today. Global power dynamics might have shifted, with Spain potentially losing its early dominance, paving the way for other European powers like England and France to take the lead in colonization. History is full of pivotal moments and wild what-ifs that make us wonder how different our world could be. Which scenario blew your mind the most? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more intriguing history content. See you next time.